Previously on the Frontier Farmer.
Aha. Tim's been explaining to me that it is a John Deere Lands. I've got it flat out at 21 miles an hour. All nice hearing it chugging through the dark forest. There we go. We've got the plough and we can start ploughing. And you can see why this is called the Bulldog. I'm going to have to do the reverse drill to collect all these stones. Start liming. So I'm going to whiz round here and get this all cultivated. And now it's all freshly cultivated, ready for us to drill. We will hold out till April so we can drill soybeans. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Frontier Farmer at the Dark Forest. I've been busy making some seed overnight because we have a field to drill. That's right, field number 4, which we ploughed up, limed and destoned and cultivated last time, is ready for us to drill. So yeah, we are going to put soybeans in that today. But one thing I have remembered is that we were low on seed, so I've been making some seed in our seed factory. Oh, it sounds like Tim has got the old John Deere Lands chugging away to run some stuff at the sawmill. Fantastic. So I've been busy making some seed, and we got some seed treatment fluid from the distribution centre. And nicely, Tim has given us his shovel and wheelbarrow to help with this. So I'm going to do another batch because we need some more seed. So I'm going to hop in the wheelbarrow. Here we are, trusty wheelbarrow. So I'm going to head over to the silo and grab some sorghum from which we can make some seed. And that should give us enough to get that field nicely drilled. Go, that's nicely topped up with sorghum. We've got a little left in the barrow, so might have to tip that onto the floor so we can grab some seed back from the seed production machine into the barrow and over to our commodity storage. So it's quite a handy process having this barrow. It's added a lot. Right, let's get this started. So we have our sorghum and our seed treatment liquid, so let's activate that and we can get making. It's pretty quick, so won't take long. So that is off and whirring away. Next, we are going to need to apply some fertilizer to the field that we want to drill. I forgot all about fertilizing. But you might recall that we took some manure out of our French dovecote and placed it into the open garden. It was about 20,000 litres, and the open garden has used about 2,000 litres. So what I have done is taken some manure out of the open garden. It's now just below 3,000 litres, and I've put it back in the French dovecote because we want to make use of that natural fertiliser to fertilise our latest field. Otherwise I'd have to be incurring some solid or liquid fertiliser costs, which yeah, we don't really want to do. But I'm going to hop in the manure spreader and we'll grab some manure, and then we can start off by getting that field nicely spread, and that will apply its primary level of fertiliser. And then when we drill it, we will apply the secondary level. So that field won't need to be touched until it's harvest time. And because that field is freshly ploughed, we also will not get any weeds, which is very, very handy. I was getting ahead of myself and hitching up to the seed drill. We want to go further back and grab the manure spreader. And mow it out the way. And we can attach to the manure spreader. Fantastic. I think that's the PTO all linked up nicely. Yep. Let's head off and grab some manure and we can get to spreading. Artemus is rummaging around the bushes this morning. Good old boy. Right, so we want to head on around here, grab some manure, and we should have about 18,000 litres back in here. Excellent, that's full. 3,500 litres per load. There we are, so we can work our way around here and get started. We'll go this way this time because we ploughed and did everything else the other way. Let's head on in and switch on. Now this is not the widest manure spreader, so I will have to keep the rows quite tight. But yeah, we will get it spread quite nicely. Now in hindsight I maybe should have manure spread before cultivating, but it doesn't matter too much, and it was quite wet yesterday when we were cultivating, so probably means that it's better we left it to a dry day like today. Right, let's get orientated for the next part of the headland. I'll probably do a couple of headlands so we've got some turning space and we deal with all the edges of the field appropriately. Then I'll break into rows. You know the drill. So leave this with me and I'll see you when we've got this all manure spread. Just finished up the last row, and the last two rows really show how unforgiving this manure spreader is, as do these blotches. I've got a couple of little patches that I need to just tidy up, as yeah, it looks like it's spreading slightly wider than the implement, but it's only a 3-meter spread, so it really doesn't cover the edges where it looks like it's spreading very well at all. So you really are driving rows the width of the implement itself, but that's not to worry. I think at some point we will need to upgrade this manure spreader. We're getting some bigger fields now, so we want the jobs to be a little bit quicker than this, but nonetheless it's done a good job covering all of this, and I think we did 4 loads and we've nearly finished these 4 loads. I think there's a couple of little snaky bits around here that I just have to go and touch up, make sure we're getting maximum coverage, but it is a manual job. There's no science in this, no precision farming. It's all by eye and by senses. And there we go, that's reapplied some bits around the edges which we missed, and that's all done. Fantastic, so we're ready to drill it now, and the main reason for using the natural fertilizer is because it allows us to give both the primary and the secondary level of fertilization very early on, which means we don't have to risk going into the field and making any tram lines and so forth. I'm just going to see if I can deposit the leftover manure or if I'm going to have to keep it in there. Fortunately, I can deposit it back to the French dovecote, so that is very, very useful. Super, so let's get this parked up and we can check in on our seed production, although it would have finished probably about a minute after I left it because it's so fast. And we can get hooked up to the seed drill, get that topped up and ready to drill our soybeans. Yep, we're now in April, so we can drill soybeans. And that's going to be a nice cash crop for us. Probably not this year, but next year when it reaches peak price in June. Okay, that's parked up and we can drop off the drawbar, which we need to pull that. The drill attached and the roller is behind it, and of course we will have to roll after we've drilled. But we have 34% seed and 59% fertilizer, so we are going to have to top this up. Oh, I think Barkamus is chasing away the birds. Nice one, Barkamus. I think we can just park up here and open the cover in readiness. And we can go and check in on our seed production. Okay, so there's no sorghum left, but we've got 710 litres of seed and quite a bit of seed treatment liquid left. So let's just see if we can add in the remainder of the sorghum. I think we might have to deposit this on the floor. Oh no, okay, it seems like we can put it in. That's handy. Then if we head over here, we should be able to refill with seeds. There we go. We're now getting the seeds out of the seed production, although it looks very similar to sorghum. Full wheelbarrow, that's what we like to see. Right, the real test now is can we get it from the wheelbarrow into seed drill nice and easily. Doesn't look like we can, but not to worry, we can deposit it into the commodity storage and fill it up that way. Go, so we can set the wheelbarrow down and oh yes, we have a lot of seeds remaining. It's still wearing away. We've got 883 litres. Fantastic. So that's all the seed now in the commodity storage, so we should be able to come along here and refill. Yeah, okay, we've got full seed. Let's take the opportunity to select soybeans while we can. Now unfortunately we can't get solid fertilizer to load from here, but what I do plan to do is maybe load the barrow up. Looks like we need probably another 200 litres and then we can load that with the shovel, so let's just see to that. There we go. That's the solid fertilizer topped up in there. It's a little bit messy, but it has done the job nonetheless. Let's just put the shovel back up here, shall we? Nice and neatly. Tuck the wheelbarrow in there as well. Now, very handy those two implements. Small, but make some of the smaller jobs a little bit easier. So we can cover down, and it's midday, so good opportunity for us to start drilling. And hopefully we can get the drilling and the rolling done this afternoon. Now I am going to commit myself to saying that I think this is the last field we will drill with the current seed drill. And I think for harvests, the wheat, barley and canola and the soybeans we're about to put in there, so all the crops we are due to grow this year and harvest this year, I would like to do with a new harvester. So I think we've really got some work cut out for ourselves to make enough money to be able to probably buy a new and bigger tractor, one with more horsepower, a new seed drill, roller. We might look to get a seed drill that has a roller built into it, potentially. We'll see how that goes. And then also, it would be nice after this year to get a new harvester for next year. So yeah, we've got some growth plans. And of course, there's even more growth plans thanks to all of the building materials that we are producing. We will have some more productions to go and build and buy. So that will be interesting for the new year. And as mentioned, the Field 1 area we are probably going to turn into a animal farm, small animal farm. And that's going to need a bit of space clearing once we've harvested the wheat from Field 1. But it's all exciting. And it's really going to start after we get this field drilled. And we can get ourselves into project mode for probably collecting some more wood and selling the materials to get ready when that comes along. But for the meantime, let's get this soybean all drilled. It is nicely adding the secondary level of fertilizer. And then once we're done, we can get to rolling. See you soon. Last row accomplished, just to tidy up some of the little patches that I missed. But that's a pretty good job if I don't say so myself. Right, we just need to duck and weave and tuck ourselves down this little channel so we don't disturb the canola in field number 3, which is looking quite nice as well. That's the soybean all drilled, and yep, I look forward to that being ready to harvest later in probably autumn time. It's normally one of the last crops that you harvest, and that is good news because it's going to give us a cash crop to sell next year in June. But we are also growing soybeans in our open garden, so we will have some to sell this year as well. Right, time to get the seed drill parked up. In fact, this is the last time we're going to be using this, so I think it's probably best we empty it into the commodity storage so we don't waste the seed and fertilizer. There we go, that's all stashed away, and we can get this parked up, probably serviced before we do, so we can sell it. And then it's on to rolling, and hopefully we get that done in good time, because there's a couple of little jobs that I do want to do towards the end of the day, maybe selling some more wood materials, and we did commit to building Tim some sort of log cabin, so that would be nice to do as well. So a relatively cheap repair cost for the drill. Let's grab the roller. The farm will needed a little tweak as well, because yeah, it was starting to run down on the old service meter, and we want to keep it in very good condition. It's a classic. Now, speaking of good condition, this roller has definitely seen better days, but not to worry. Once we've upgraded the drill and got a new harvester, roller is probably one of the other tools on the list. Unless, of course, we have a drill that has it built in. So let's lower away. And the good thing is about rolling is we can just keep going. We don't really need to raise the implement unless we come off the field. And it works front ways and back ways. So if you're going forward, it works. If you're reversing, it works as well. So yeah, that's quite handy. But I am going to do it because it tends to leave the tyre tracks in the field. And we want to try and make this as clean as possible. So I'm going to whiz around here and get this all rolled. It's going to be hard to see where I've been and where I haven't, but hopefully the sunlight can help me. See you soon. Hey, we are all rolled and did quite a neat job, luckily, and had to keep turning around to see where we had and hadn't been from the sunlight. One way it's impossible to see, and then the other way you can just about make out where you have and haven't been thanks to the light. Alright, that is fantastic. So we're all rolled and ready to rock and roll with that field. Should hopefully see it germinate next time when we're in May, and yeah, we don't need to touch it until it's harvest time. That is a bonus. So I'll park up the roller and the seed drill for now, although we will take the seed drill for sale at some point. There we go. Now, seeing the baler parked up has reminded me about straw and manure. So obviously we had quite a lot of manure used to naturally fertilise field number 4. So we've just drilled soybeans, and we took some manure out of the open garden. We should hopefully have enough to keep us rolling with the natural fertiliser recipe until our wheats and barley are ready, and from that we can obviously get some more straw to put in the French dovecote. Perfect. So we'll park up here, and I think because we've got some time left this afternoon, we're going to help Tim out by taking a load of materials to the distribution point, the sell point, and thereafter I think we're probably going to leave it to him to sort out. After all, we are paying him by way of the production costs for the sawmill. There we go. So I've just spawned 2 pallets of the big stuff, the prefab walls, the beams and the planks long, and then 4 pallets of the smaller planks. And yeah, we're going to get this loaded up, so I better get the truck in position. And we'll get set up somewhere convenient for loading, probably over here. Grab the wheel loader and set to work, and we'll probably load the bulky materials first of all. And there we go. Not the straightest, not the neatest, but nonetheless, not a bad job either. So that's 4 pallets of planks, 2 pallets of planks long, 2 pallets of wood beams, and 2 pallets of prefab walls ready to take over to the sell point. So we will take that now, get that sold. And then I think the last thing for today is plonking a log cabin somewhere for poor old Tim. We want to make sure he is set up somewhere so he can live. And that's part and parcel of our agreement. He's going to work the sawmill, and he's also going to do the deliveries of the materials over to the sell point after this one. And yeah, he's going to live here and we'll pay him via the production costs of the sawmill. So pretty good arrangement if I do say so myself. We have made it, so we can get all this sold. I'm expecting a good amount of money from all of this. I think that was around 42,000. Oh, we've left a pallet on there. Can't forget about that. There we go. A further 2,000. So about 44,000. Lovely job. Let's get back. Let's park up. So Tim did say he fancied being somewhere near the water. Oh, that's the werewolf again. Jesus. So yeah, Tim fancies being somewhere near the water, and we are going to expand into this area eventually to make probably another field at some point in the future. So I think we will try and spread the track into here and also put Tim's log cabin. To leave that with me. And here it is. Tim's new log cabin. Right near the water and leaving enough space for us to make a track on the other side to develop the next area. As requested, he's got some windows so he can look out onto the water. Let's get these opened up for him. Oh, and we might as well take a look inside, make sure it's going to be comfortable for him. Oh, very nice. Got some nice touches. Kitchen, sink, little lounge area. 2 beds in case he has a friend stay. Oh, I think this is making our log cabin look a little bit outdated. And I think he's got a little bathroom, tin bath and toilet in there. Fantastic. Right, I'll go tell him that it's ready. So he'll be happy. I've just informed him and he's run in and got it all comfortable. And I think he's even put a sign up that he had from his previous place. Mr. Burr. Tim Burr. How original. So yeah, Tim is nice and comfortable now, which is fantastic. We've sold some more materials, which has given us some more money to potentially get a new tractor and some new equipment like we talked about in the future. But also to make an animal farm and some more productions over in this area. Field 1 and 2 we are going to relinquish to put our animal farm and also some more productions once we've harvested the wheat and barley. And we have a lovely new large field of soybeans thanks to our seed production that's given us the ability to get that all drilled. So things are looking pretty good as we head into summer on the Frontier Homestead. That is all for today. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope to see you again next time on the Frontier Farmer. And until then, I'll catch you later. Cheers all. Bye bye.